and then let's get this show on the road. So I hope you're as excited as I am about today's class. Um, what I intend to do is I'm going to show you the minimum you have to do first. In other words, if you don't see the value in a website, while I hope to change your mind over the next few minutes, if all you're interested in doing the minimal, I'm going to show you that first. And at the tail end of today, I'm going to put a teaser out there because I want to share some of the custom pages that you can create and the things that you can do when you come back and join me in February. February is designed to take everything that we're doing here in January, as far as January is all about introduction. And then when we get into February, it's all about, okay, I did my intro. I got a basic idea how to use this. Now, how do I really get my hands around it? And we're going to do that for each of the major tools. And then in March, we'll introduce Moxie Impress along with a few other things. So I got a whole game plan, a whole vision. And I hope that it, again, it satisfies the need well, it is the need. Because with the one-on-one counseling that I do each morning, and then teaching in the afternoons, I'm actually getting to see more agents than I was when I went office to office to office. So I'm looking to see folks actually turn 2023 into a booming year, and make some money, prosper, and then I'll feel like I accomplished something. Because last year I did a lot of traveling, but I'm not sure how much I actually accomplished. So this year we're going to turn that around. And with that, no further ado, the first thing I'm going to get to is, which I do in each of these classes, and explain that this is truly a not required. As an independent contractor, you have the choice to be able to participate and use the things that I'm sharing with you. And I hope that I can sway you a little bit over the next few minutes of how valuable this new website is to us. So I'm going to welcome to Moxie websites, going to talk about some of the benefits, and then we're going to take a tour. And like I said, I'm going to show you in the first few minutes of just how quickly you can put it together. But then I'm also going to show you how you can begin to personalize it. And when I say personalize it, I mean make it your very own. And I truly mean that, because when we go through the process today, in one sense, while we have total control of the decisions we make and how we formulate it, in one sense, there's a lot of things that are going to be similar to other people's web pages. But if you bear with me and come back in February, oh, we're just going to turn that around. We're going to put it up on its head, because there's so much more power available to us here. So welcome to MoxieWorks. This is part of the best in class MoxieWorks tool suite. And again, MoxieWorks has actually been around for 10 years, folks, a little over 10 years, actually. And it began with a brokerage that realized the need. And because they were in California, they were able to reach out to some folks, software designers and whatnot. And they developed a program, kept tweaking the program, then realized, you know what, we need to make this more public than it is. And that's what brings us to where we are today. So the internet is now your prospects, okay? It's going to be your go-to source to begin home search. And again, hopefully you're familiar enough with all the NAR stats with regard to how do home buyers, where do they begin their search? Well, ideally, they're gonna begin their search on your website, and we're gonna do a couple of things in the process today to help increase your chances of being when a search is done that makes you come up, because we want to draw them away from Zillow. We want to draw them away from Realtor.com. While Realtor.com can help them, Zillow just going to fill their heads with sugar and spice and everything nice, something like that, or doggy pigtails, and I forget how that goes. Anyways, Moxie website. Again, you can set it up once and you're done, or you can continue to modify it. With the company websites that are created currently, that is going to be an ongoing project for me, in the sense that I will never be satisfied with it, and I will always work to improve it. So here's the go-to for Moxie. All right. Now, why should I use Moxie website? Well, because it enables you to create a website with just a few clicks. And, you know, the bigger thing is if you got grandkids or even kids, you can say, hey, I'm a website designer. I designed my own website today. Come check it out. Because there's not a lot of people out there that can honestly say that they designed a website. When you get done with today, you'll be able to design your own website. Additionally, lead capture. This is a true lead capture website. There is a contact me form on your website. And so as the properties are displayed, and/or they go to your bio or other places within and they fill in the information, it automatically gets fed to you via email, and they automatically go into Moxie Engage as well. Oh, how cool is that? Because again, this is living, breathing, you know, where they're going to actually make, what's that, fog on a mirror, you know, they're breathing. Customizable. Truly, truly, truly. I think I'm going to blow your mind a little bit with some of what I'm going to show you at the as we wrap up today. Again, whether you're C21 or whether you're Coldwell Banker, it's definitely branded to our brand. We're going to take advantage of that. Okay. Our Moxie websites are very responsive. They're far more attractive than those app websites ever thought of being. And of course, we have a true IDX feed working in there, which is advantageous as well, because it gets anything and everything that's out there. As the MLS updates, our websites will update. Again, we're going to talk a little bit more about that shortly, because it plays into that next piece, that's SEO. Remember that search engine optimization is just an easy way of saying, I am not paying for it, but I'm optimizing my ability for a search engine to come find me without paying. Okay. So I could go on, but really. Now, one of the things I am going to do, I'm going to pop into the chat right now, and I am going to paste the presentations that are going, basically what I put in, there's two presentations, a C21 and a Coldwell Banker presentation. And I kind of merged the two into one to do the presentation today. But in the chat is a download link where you can click on it and actually have this. And if you click on the one for C21, it'll be branded for you. And if you click on the CB one, it'll be branded for you. And if you don't know, in the chat, when you click on it, down there at the bottom where you would type your message, off to the right is 3 little dots. And if you click on those 3 little dots, you can actually save the chat. So if you forget to, at least save the chat before the day is done. Okay. So let's take a tour. So again, it's like I'm driving a car. Okay. Here we are. There's the ice cream shop and there's the donut shop. And well, anyway, we're going to set up your website, applying website security, activating, and customize your website. Those first 3 things are going to be quick and easy. That 4th thing is actually your choice. And we'll talk about that as we go. So anyways, regardless of which company you're with, now again, I'm making an assumption that for the C21 folks, you know, you need to go to C21 Online and you need to click on Productivity Hub in order to go one of the Moxie adventures. And of course, for the CB folks, you know to go to the My CB desk and click on the tile that says Moxie Works. If you need help with that, please reach out to your mentor or manager. Hope they can get you that far. All right. So the first thing that's going to happen when you click on your website, if you've not been there before, is you're going to see this terms of service, real estate, technology, yada, yada, yada. Again, there's a lot of user agreements first time through, whether you're in Engage, Present, Moxie itself. Once you do them, and then you're going to be able to just go forward. But you have to, it's like your updates on your phones and everything else. You have to agree, because if you don't agree, guess what? You don't get to use it. So once you agree and you click continue, you're going to come to this screen. And this screen will be the screen that you're going to come to each and every time you come in. Okay. And then I'm going to show you a little bit how to use that today. This is what your website may look like. And I say may look like because this is what a search focused website looks like. A search focused has the logo over there in the left upper corner. It has menu items. It's got that little person there. And that little person is kind of important because that navigation bar, that person is, they can actually create an account on your website, just like they can on Realtor.com and Zillow. Well, we want them to do it on ours. Also, going all the way over to the bottom left, we're going to have our agent contact information. While there is some information that you're going to input while you're on the website, there is also information that you're going to want to be sure you share with your admin, your bio, your social media links, your picture. And then once you do have your website created, you're going to want to share that website with your admin as well, so that it will get published and promoted for you. And then of course, you're going to have a search box and a tagline, find your dream home. You can change that to read whatever you want. If you choose, and later on, we'll be talking about a agent focused instead of a search focused homepage. If you choose the agent focused, you don't get that byline. It just disappears. And of course, the background image, you get to decide which one to use. So here we go. Common task. Now this is really hard. Okay. First thing I'm going to do here under the common task is, I got to talk about this too. We're going to do a couple common tasks. We're going to come down here completing your site activation. And then for those of you that I haven't convinced, it's worth spending a little bit of time with me. Have a nice day, prosper, go talk to people. But the first thing you have to do is apply an SL certificate. So you're simply going to click on go there. It's going to take you here. You're going to click on that blue button. It's going to return 2 check marks to you. And then you're going to go click on the home button, come down here, make your site visible to search engines, go there. When you do that, you're going to click on that blue check mark, save the changes, and your website is now active. Literally. Not that you know what it looks like, but it's now active. So then again, we're going to click on home again, and it's going to bring us back here again. Okay. So with that said, let's at least personalize our site just a little bit. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on personalize your site style, go there, and this is what's going to come up. Okay. And it's going to look like this. And again, right now with the turquoise around the search focused, that's what this looks like. That is a search focused website. Okay. Name, your image, your bio, and all that other stuff is below. But if you choose to be the agent focused, now this is what it looks like. See, now I'm up there and in person. My name's there big and bold. My little bio is there. Everything's good. Again, that image that I have is included with my bio. That is nothing more than an option. In other words, you can have all words there. You don't have to have the bio. Okay. I mean, the image. I just choose to do that. But ultimately, you have to make a choice. And once you make a choice, you're going to click on publish. or save. Yep, publish. And then see that thing turning around circles over there on the left? Because what I need you to do next is click on header. By default, it's going to be at the top left-hand corner. I'm encouraging you to go to the lower right corner, selecting that one, because again, there's that little person over there that will allow you to have someone create a account on your website. If all you did was go in and you applied an SSL and you made it visible to search engines and you stop there, you're going to end up with a default and nobody can actually create an account because you didn't make it easy for them. Moving on from there, the next thing after header is footer. And then I'm going to encourage you to use the custom footer because it's got menu items that says homes and properties and about me and stuff, where the one on top doesn't. So that means you got to scroll from the top to the bottom and all the other in-betweens. But once you pick your footer, you're going to click on update. Then we're going to personalize our home page. Okay, are you ready? All right. Here we go. Home. That's one of the first menu items that shows up on your page. And again, you can add to that. You can say welcome home. You can say find your home, find a home. You can say check out Bob's website. You can say thanks for visiting. You can do whatever you want. It's going to become a menu item once you do that. Or you leave it as home, and that's what we do. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to click on upload or choose an image. And the first thing, once you do that, but I'm going to point something out first, and that's this text right here. If you selected agent focused, you're not going to see this. I'm going to say this again because number one question I get asked, what happened to it? Well, it's because you chose agent focused instead of search focused. But all that aside, you're going to click on this upload or choose an image. And when you do, I'm going to have you select in the middle. If you choose from computer, it's going to come to this where you have the ability to upload right from your computer. Kind of cool, right? Well, most of you are probably going to need to click on image gallery instead because it gives you, there's probably about 20 options there. All you have to do is you click on the photo that you like, and then there's going to be a blue button that's going to come up in the lower left-hand corner of that window and say select for custom area. And once you do that, it will back you out of there and you'll be on your merry way. The other option, the image gallery, is actually something that you will create over time as you add images. In other words, if you update your headshot and you decide to do it, it's going to be part of your image library. If you're one of those agents that like to do seasonal type cover photos, you can do that. And again, once you have the 4, or should I say 2, orange cones and snow, right? But as you upload the images, they'll always be in your image gallery or your image library until you choose to remove them. So here we are, background image, we uploaded it. Remember, the next spot, you don't get that headline if you selected agent focused. But then we're going to move down to the search bar text, and we're going to put in the name. And under this is the search bar text, we're going to type in the word realtor because that is our title. Indoor, maybe you're an associate broker, all right? Maybe you're an awesome realtor. Maybe that's your title. Maybe you're put in your realtor. You know, take a vote and put in what you like, all right? And then you're going to come down and look at that. Underneath your name again, you got to put in the title. And then you got to put in your designations if you have NAR designations. Office phone number ought to be your cell phone because your car is your office, even if you go into the office. And so under there where it says alternate phone number, that should be your phone number. And office phone number should be your cell phone number. Now, if the guidelines require for the office number to be used, which it does in some cases, in many cases, it will trump what you put in here, and it will put in the office phone number. Okay, so you don't even have to worry about violating. It's automatically done for you. If your license number is on there, please erase it. Make sure your email is correct. And of course, if it's wrong, then it's also wrong in dash. And then office name. What's going to be down there is you're going to see Town and Country, you're going to see Sackmar and Associates, or you're going to see the word professionals. You need to add Century in all caps, 21 before Town and Country or Sackmar and Associates. You need to add Coldwell Banker before the word professionals. Otherwise, it's going to omit it. Okay. Now, you would think now that you've put in your title a couple of times and you fixed the phone numbers a couple of times, you would think you're all done, right? Well, you got to do it one more time. Go over there to that About Me, and it's going to look almost identical to this right here. And you're going to do it one more time. And you're like, why? Well, here's the reality, folks. As we're going to learn in the coming months, Moxie Present, Moxie Websites, and Moxie Engage are very integrated. And Moxie Impress actually becomes a part of that integration as well. So for the main tools that you're going to use, all get its information from someplace. Some of it comes from Dash. But for example, this information here is going to go on your website, but the About Me is actually going to go into Moxie Present. That upper top part where it said the search bar text, that actually goes into Moxie Engage as well. Sounds weird, but that's just the way it works. And don't think I didn't have a little trouble figuring that all out in the early days. So here we are. We have our image off there to the right in that big white space. That's where the bio is going to be. That's going to come up here in just a moment, because that's where it belongs, is in that big white space. Now, I encourage you, when you write this bio, make it short and sweet. This ought to be about, I love working with buyers and sellers. I've been a lifelong resident of this county or whatever. Make it short and sweet. Hopefully you can write a longer bio that you will share with the admin, because that will also show up in your website on the tab that says About Me, and below that it says My Bio. It also shows up in Moxie Present on the agent profile page, which is a part of the presentation. So long bio to the admin, short bio here. In fact, if you wanted, you can just put a picture up there, indoor. You could put a GIF there. You could put a video there. Ideas, ideas, ideas. So here we go. That's where it goes, okay? Right there. And of course, if you have the agent focused, then it's right there. Okay, good to go. We're moving on. Next thing you're going to come to is featured properties. And by default, it is selecting my office listings. I'm going to encourage you to actually select featured properties. I'm going to explain a little bit more about why in just a moment here. Bear with me. That custom searches, we're going to show you how to do a custom search here in just a moment. And when we do, you can put the name of that search here, and it will show up on your website. Now you can do as many custom searches as you want. You can only have one on your home page at a time with the current setup. Okay. Now you can have the additional custom searches show up, and you can put them in underneath the properties tab so that at least they can all be reached from your home page. Okay. So moving right along, next thing we come to is blog module. I'd love to encourage you all to become a blogger. I know that that's probably just a dream of mine, but that's another story. Links module. Now, it's funny that I should bring this one up. Links module. I actually have an asbestos law firm and I have an indoor quality company that have a menu link on my website. They're actually paying me to promote their link. That's it. The link is there. It's going to be there for 6 months. And then unless they decide to renew, it will be gone. I'm making money off my website. That never happened on my Zap website. All right, so here we go. We're going to put up a video. So we're going to go to YouTube and we're going to grab a video and we're going to click on the share button and then we're going to click on embed. Then we click on copy and that will automatically grab all of that. Once we have all that embed code, we come back and we click on that little thing right there. It looks like a little film strip and we just paste it in, click OK, and it's there. Easy peasy. And if you don't know, the introduction to the 2023 models for Harley Davidson is next Wednesday. This was a early release for some of a dealership that actually got some new 2023 models, and they shared time to buy a new bike. Anyway, continuing on, just below that in the left-hand corner, if you can see it, it says mortgage rate settings, and it says hide this widget. I encourage you to click on that blue button and turn it on. When you click on that, or that check mark, when you click with the check mark checked, it's not going to be seen. But if you click on that to make it go away, then it can. And what will happen is you will actually have mortgage rates at the bottom of your web page. And the mortgage rates are updated every single day without you doing anything. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to come to property list. Okay. And this is where featured property is going to come into play. So we click on property list and it goes out to the side like that. You click on it again. You slide down to the third one that says my featured properties and just click on the word edit. What I encourage you to do is to select my active listings, my office active listings, my office's open houses, and my company's active listings. And then you're going to have to take a momentary pause because it's going out to the MLS and it's going to populate those first 4 categories. Once that little gray bar that you see goes away, then I encourage you to go back and click on exclude pending, exclude pending, exclude pending, and exclude pending. So you have a total of 8 check marks. And then you're going to slide down over there to the right box that says listed date. By default, it actually has the word custom, but you're going to pick listed date. Why do I want to do that? Well, remember that SEO that we talked about a little bit ago? Well, here's what's going to happen, folks. We need to overcome our Zap website. I hope we all understand that. And part of how we're going to do that is as new listings are added Monday through Friday across the company. And again, Sackmeyer, because they only have one location, it's going to be dependent upon that. But for Coldwell Banker, you got 11, and for Town and Country, you got 6. All right. So the likelihood that you're going to at least get 1 listing per day is pretty good. Now, here's what happens. Since you're sorting by listed date, then that's going to update your featured properties on your website. And so what it does is it says, hey, SEO, go out there and tell the search engines that I just got new material. I got new information. I've just been updated. And so the SEO yield boost goes out there and tickles the various search engines and says, hey, I got new information for you. Come take a look at me. Come take a look at me. As these properties go from being active to being pending, it also reaches out and says, hey, look at me. Look at me. Something happened. My page was edited. Pretty awesome. Go all the way down to the bottom and click publish. Now we're going to customize your default search area. Okay. So you're going to click on the go there. It's going to bring you here. When you get to here, then you need to go up there and click on visit site. And then when you click on visit site, you're going to, for those of you that are hard of seeing, okay, like myself, all right, brings you to your home page. And once you're on your home page, now in there right now, you can see where it says Clinton Township. And as you start to type in whatever, it will automatically populate. Now, if you want to put in where you live instead of where the office is, hey, more power to you. All right. Do whatever. I don't care. It's all good. All right. But once you do, you click on that little spyglass. And once you click on that little spyglass, I need you to go up there and on the top and get that URL right there. I need you to get all of it. Okay. I need you to get all of that, copy it. You're going to go back one tab to the site pages. You're going to paste it in that big box. Now that you're in that big box, you're going to scroll to the top of that box and you're going to get rid of everything before the word search. Now, you see search is right up there in the upper left-hand corner. That's only because they put that there as a reminder to you that that's what it's got to begin with. But you get rid of everything before the word search. Now, right now, look at that. Bob DeVore dash the real estate center .sites.c21.homes. Now think about that, folks. How's that fit on a business card? That's a lot of words. Can I easily say, hey, yeah, check out my website. It's Bob DeVore dash the real estate center. By the way, spell center TRE instead of TER .sites.c21.homes. Really? I don't know about you, but somewhere along the line after I say Bob DeVore dash the real estate center, and I start to explain how to spell center, I'm pretty much certain whoever I'm talking to isn't listening anymore because I've confused them. I don't want to confuse them. So this is why having a vanity domain comes in handy. I have a vanity domain that says, what about Bob? I have a vanity domain that says, Bob DeVore moves you. I have a vanity domain that says Bob DeVore. I mean, duh. A lot. It sounds like I'm really vain, right? No, not really. I just what I do. So anyways, get rid of all that. And once you do, you're going to click on save. And it's going to read page updated. Once you've done that, now you're going to come back and you're going to do a customized search. Okay. Custom search, go there. And right there, you're going to click on the add new search. And then it will take you to here. Okay. So once again, you go up there and you click on visit site. It takes you back to that map you were on, because if you didn't close it, it's going to be right there for you. Okay. And you type in whatever you're going to type in, and you get to decide price, number of baths, bedrooms, or filters. Again, if you want to do fine homes in the state, then change the price point. If you want to do all the 3-bedroom homes in this area, change the number of beds. You want only waterfront properties, you can do that. You want properties that are only new construction, you can do that. Go and play around with that, because again, it's the filters are like what you can do on the MLS. Also, if you look at the map, you'll see that you can do it by schools. You see that you can do it by drawing that box or that polygon or that weird shape that they got right there. Or you can just do a radius. Lots of options, folks. Once you have your area identified, because you've applied your filters and done whatever it is you're going to need to do, what do I need to do next? I need to go back and get that URL just like I did before. So once I got that URL, I'm going to come back and I'm going to paste that into the big box. And then I got to give it a name. Now, just because I pasted it in the big box, I have to do something with it, right? Scroll to the top and delete everything before the word search. Okay. So here we go. And then, of course, add your title. We're just about done. Here's where you can get some help if you get stuck. It's down there in the lower right-hand corner. It just says help. You'll also see that Moxie Present and Moxie Engage. And you can type in some words and it'll make some suggestions, whether it's a video or a PDF or whatever. If that doesn't work, you see where it says get in touch. That means you want to talk to a live person. Now, Monday through Friday, that works pretty well. But if you're looking to kick something out at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night for Monday morning, that's not going to work so much. You're going to be on hold for a long time. Next steps. Self-paced learning. Again, folks, I could not encourage you enough to go visit C21 University and the opportunities and or CBU and all of the opportunities. So with that said, let me exit out of here. And I'm going to stop my virtual camera as well. And let me change that. There I am. Okie doke. So let me go here. So I just typed in my website, bobdevoremovesyou.com. Okay. Wait for it. While it's doing that, I'm going to go click this. Oh, I suppose I'll share my screen too, huh? Duh, what a little slower sometimes on the uptake. All right, here. Let me move that down. So first thing I want to show you is why you want to have your bio to be short and sweet, okay? Wait for it.
Okay, while we're waiting, questions.
Shoot, absolutely. Questions.
Okay, so I mean, I can change my bio, like on the home page, like on the front page, right?
Yes.
And I can change that, but why? Like I got and I'm doing I'm under the search one, not the agent one.
Okay.
But under my bio, there's nothing. I mean, it just has like my name, the office address, phone number, and it has just the office number.
Okay.
And that. So how do
So
I?
you're saying this verbiage over here on the right isn't there?
Correct.
Okay. I'll show you that here in just a moment. But this is what happens if you get too wordy. It just keeps spreading the space in between. Don't make this over here on the right any more than what you do with your image on the left. And again, you notice I actually put a circle instead of a square or a rectangle. Folks, you can do whatever you want to do, but let's answer Mike's question. So I'm going to, this is where I am, okay? And I'm going to click on home page right here, or I could do it right here. Either or is going to get me to the same place. Down here is where that bio is that shows up on the right.
Hold on a second.
So you go to home page, go about halfway down, and it says show
Right.
custom text.
Yes, and that I'm good with.
Okay.
That's on my front page, but then when you go to the about me,
yes,
shouldn't that how do I add more?
That's
because
in the
it's
dash.
just okay. Oh, so I can't even touch that.
No, you can't touch that.
Okay.
So, and that's why I say it shows up in different places, but this bio right here,
Yeah.
this comes from Dash.
Oh, all right.
Okay. So that's an example of what not to do. Here is my website. And again, you see, I got all kinds of menu items up there, but you also see, as you're looking at my homepage, there's lots of pictures sliding by, but you don't see my picture anywhere. Because you know what? It ain't about me. It's about my featured properties. Oh, by the way, did I remember to point out that when somebody clicks on this property on my website, wait for it. Whose contact information comes up? Oh my goodness. And yet, if you look over here underneath the picture, Jonathan Dugan actually has this listing, but it's got my contact info. If you set your website up the way I showed you, the same is going to be true for you. That all for every single property that shows up on your website, whether it's a custom search, whether it's a featured property, it will always have your contact information. Kind of like that. But again, I've added in some additional text dealing with sell faster, buy easier. I threw in this is an example of what a couple of GIFs can do. Because that's literally all those are. I have seller guides. I have YouTube videos. And of course, I have my blog. That's all on my homepage. And here's my useful links. Homeowner's Guide to Asbestos. Yeah, that's a moneymaker. And this indoor air quality. See, they're not assuming, but yet they're there. And of course, the mortgage rates. But one of the nicest things I like, aside from everything else, let me go over to buyers, and I'm going to slide down to this mortgage pre-approval. One of the reasons why I encourage you to have your partners on your website. This is my mortgage partner, okay? And again, I coordinated with her to be able to get everything so that we could do it in compliance with how she can advertise. But what is really awesome is if they want to learn more about Dawn, they click here. But when they apply now, I get an email, and so does Dawn, because we just shared her app with them. I've gotten 4 buyer leads already with this, and I put this on at the first part of December. So well, I guess it's been on there for at least a month now, but I've got 4 buyer leads just off of that alone. Remember I said you could have as many searches as you want. Here's those additional searches up here. Okay, because you can add as many as you want. You could, like this buyers, see how it extends down past the page? You got to do some serious scrolling, right? Why? Because I try to give them as much information as I can. This is also something I'm going to share with you next month, and that is how you can use a showing time report and put it on your website. So for Fenton, Holly Lake, Fenton, and Linden, here are the homes for sale.
The bedroom lights are off.
Bedroom lights are off? Oh, that's good. Glad to hear it. I'm not gonna worry about. And again, this is an interactive. See as I go. What is also awesome about this is the fact that when you notice it says December and then it goes back November and October. Well, when we get to the end of the January, it's going to automatically update this. I also have the average sales price for those markets. And again, I did it based on the school district. You can put it, I'm going to show you how to do it. You decide the criteria. Okay. And then of course, days on market. Now, when someone says, you know, they know everything about the market, you pull up your website and either show them that they're right, or you might want to take a look at this. There's, I could have additional things. I could have all the 3-bedroom homes. I could have all the 2-bed. Again, just like you do with custom searches, you can customize these reports to be anything that you want. Okay, so I'm trying to whet your appetite of possibilities of things to come. So what are your questions? Crickets? Are the bedroom lights still off? I'll take
Yes, they are.
that. So
No, I
again,
mean,
go ahead.
I just feel like I got to go in and spend some more time with it and play with it, and probably next time I find out you're in my office, make sure I grab some of your time.
Again, you can't break this, folks, because I've spent countless hours in all of the Moxie tools trying to break them. Because I like to reverse engineer anything I do. That's why my nickname is Buster. But I do want to remind you that in the chat are the download links. If you want the presentation for your brand, it's available to you. Print it out, put it up, and just walk through the steps, and then come back in February and learn how. One of the things I did for SACMAR during the Christmas holidays is I found a YouTube video of downtown Rochester with all the lights. And that was their cover image, was that video playing in the background. And of course, now that the holidays passed, I've changed that, but Chris really liked that. One of the things I didn't talk about was images. All these images that you're looking at, be sure that you own the right to them. I have talked about that in Moxie Present, but I need to also in website. In Brand Studio on the C21 side, and then Brand Serve on the Coldwell Banker side, there's all kinds of images, folks. And they're all royalty free. You don't have to worry about it. I do subscribe to ImagePick. It's pretty inexpensive, and I get all the images I want, and I have the license to use them commercially. So I do that just because every now and then somebody wants to contest that I'm violating, but I'm not. So I refute and I always win. Any other questions?
Yeah, Bob, I had a question. Bob Keane here.
Yep.
When I went to like our properties listings or companies listings, and I click on one, and you know how the little pop-up comes up with your agent information to
Yes.
contact? Mine comes up with the office number for the direct and the office, but in my settings, I've got my cell phone number. Why
Okay.
would that be doing that?
And that's correct. In here, this is one of those things about the guidelines. Okay. It doesn't say it, but right there, see, it shows
Yeah.
direct and then it shows office. Okay. That's in dash, folks. In dash, it's in underneath your profile. And again, your admin has to do it. Of course, Bob, it's kind of easy. You just tell Vicky.
Right.
But yeah, just make sure that, because when it's in dash at the end of it, you actually select whether it's direct, whether it's office and such. Okay.
Okay.
And then when you correct it there, then it will correct it here.
Okay. So that feeds from Dash.
Yes.
Okay.
And again, folks, if any changes made in dash today, you don't see till tomorrow.
And
So
that's
don't-
in the profile settings, under the agent profile settings in Dash.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Any other questions?
Did you say something about not having your license number on the display?
Yes, do not use your license number on display. Folks, we're in Southeast Michigan. And I don't know if you pay any attention to any of the scam pages or anything else that come out on MI Real Source and then RealComp. But we had a real rash of problem with regard to people calling up and saying, hey, Joseph, my name is Bob DeVore and my license number is this. And I couldn't get into showing time. Can you give me the access code so I can get into your listing over there on Devon Street? And you say, well, shoot, he gave me his name and he gave me his license number. Guy's got to be legit, right? So you give me access. And then you find out that the furnace was stolen, the hot water heater was stolen, the appliances were stolen, and they broke a window all in the process. Now, all of a sudden, me, the listing agent, right? You're going to call me up and say, Bob, what'd you do? Who'd you share it with? I know you didn't do it, but you. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Joseph? I don't know. I didn't look at one of your properties.
Well, it's on my display. It isn't even my correct license number, actually.
That's even funny too. In fact, Joseph, you're one that has, do you still have all of your credentials and everything else on your homepage?
This is on my homepage, yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, it has all my ABR.
Yeah, you
all
don't
that.
want that there.
Okay, do I need to talk to the admin then?
No, actually, just a minute, see if I can find it again. It's not that one. I came across your, oh. Is this the one? No, that's not the one. I came across your website. So anyways, I'm gonna go back to, did I close out of it altogether? I did. Let me jump back in real quick. Okay, so your NAR designations ought to be right there underneath your title. And you put those in place on the home page, okay? But you had all of them explained in written here. You don't want to do that. Remember, I told
Okay.
I suggested that on the home page. This is where your NAR designations go right here. But this bio, don't make it any bigger than your picture.
Oh, okay.
If you want to include all of that stuff, one of the easiest things you can do is you click on site pages and you click on add new and you click on custom page. See that? You're going to click on that. And everything that you have copied there, you're going to paste it right here. You're going to give it a title. And when you click publish, what happens is it'll be down here at the bottom. And so then you're going to drag it up so that it's under the About Me category. In other words, you might entitle it NAR designations, you know, so you can share that information, but not on your homepage. It'll be under the About Me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it's just too much information for them to read.
So see, I just showed you how quickly and easily you can create a custom page, but I didn't. There's so much more. Oh my goodness. But We have to wait till February. It's like Christmas morning. You have to wait till Christmas morning. Now you have to wait till February. Just saying. Any other questions? I got like 6 minutes left.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Have a great day. I'll be talking with you tomorrow.
Yep. Anybody?
Good.
All right.
Thanks, Bob. We'll talk again.
All right. Thank you, folks. Until next time, save the chat if you didn't already.